What's up? How's everybody doing? This is the new and updated strategy video. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me be able to pull up the calendar for you. Okay. So firstly, I want to shout out Nami Replays. I am going to leave a link to this backtesting site in the description below. This is the only free backtesting site out right now for traders. He absolutely cooked with this site. So shout out to him. I'm going to leave a link down below. This is the browser. But let's just get straight into the chart. So this is my new and updated strategy. I'm still making tweaks to it right now. I'd say that if you trade this strategy properly, you can have, a 70% win rate, upwards of 80 on a good month. Lower end of around 55 to 60 on a bad month. The strategy is very good. I'd say about a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward average. So I'm gonna just show you guys some of the sessions I've created on here so far. I did a longer term session. This was about 4 months of data from May to August. So overall, I have a net P&L calendar of 96,000. Oh snap! Anywho, overall, I have a net P&L of 96,000, 127 trades, 62 win percentage with a profit factor of 2.4. So this is just like me just starting out. This was my first time. And honestly, this strategy is more of discretionary than a framework, but obviously there's a framework behind it. So the framework is what I'll be teaching you guys today. Honestly, I'm really just going to be doing a backtesting session, but I'm just going to be brain dumping while I'm backtesting, This was just, you guys are going to see how the calendar changes. So this is just how, this was the first month when I first started out with it. 53 win rate with a 1.6 profit factor. Then you go on to the next month. Win rate jumps, profit factor jumps. You go on to the next month. Win rate jumps, profit factor jumps. The green and red days significantly changed. 14. Oh, and the frequency is very, very high. As you guys see, each of these months, I basically have about one trade per day. But some of these days, as you guys can see, I don't trade. A lot of these days, I take 2 trades. And, sometimes it comes about where I lose 2 trades. But a lot of the times, whenever I lose, normally I'm on side with the market, but my entry was just wrong. So normally I get a re-entry, and even when I have losers, you guys will see in my other P&L calendars that I still have all my winning days because I make that back and then some. So as you see, the green and red days significantly jump 14-5 here. Second month, third month, 14-3. And then we go into the fourth month. Win rate significantly jumped this month. This month was very well, as you guys see, very high frequency, 27 trades. We have one red day, 80% win rate, 4.1% profit factor. And this was the end of this backtesting session. And we're going to go ahead to this next one here. And I just want to say something. If you can be profitable in backtesting, there's no reason why you can't be profitable in live markets. Because all it is reps. Literally all you have to gain, all you have to do is put the reps in. And if you're profitable in backtesting, the only reason you're not profitable in live markets is because of the pressure that live markets give. So you make bad decisions. Forward test, reps, that's all you need. Forward test for a few months, get it down, get the feeling of entering on the live candles down, and you're profitable, bro. Literally. It's that simple. But here is this second session here. 96K. Oh, wait, no, this is the first session. I'm sorry. So the reason why I made the second session here was because, as you guys see, the P&L on this significantly jumped 4K, 6K. I was risking pretty average this first month. And the second month, I was risking pretty average as well. But after that, I just started risking whatever, 4K, because the balance was already so high. But on this second backtesting session, damn, I keep clicking the wrong stuff. On this second backtesting session, I was just risking standard amounts, like standard profit amounts. So I want to show you guys the data for this one as well. So here's this session. This is the only month I've done. 10 green days, 1 red day, 76% win rate, 4.4 profit factor, 5K P&L. When I started this session, the goal of this session was to just be profitable enough to be able to request a payout. Because obviously that payout will be copy traded across however many accounts, a max payout, and then honestly another payout of like 1.5K, and you still have a little bit of drawdown left. You still have about 1,000 left of drawdown for you to be able to trade with. So yeah. Now, getting into the strategy itself. Honestly, like I said, the strategy is very discretional, but the framework behind it is honestly just trends. It's the way we move, guys. It's very simple. How does the market move? The market moves in higher highs and higher lows, right? The market moves in higher highs and higher lows. So when you see this, what do you see, right? You see we're coming up, then we're coming down. We're coming up, then we're coming down, then we're coming up, then we're coming down. This is a bullish uptrend. Now, what do we know? We know that a lot of the times when we come to the downside, we're feeling imbalances. When we come down here, we're feeling a, let's say, 5-minute imbalance, and then price pushes higher. Right? We feel this 5-minute imbalance, price pushes higher. We come down, we feel this 15-minute imbalance, price pushes higher. Right? So, what does this tell you? When we push higher, what do we do? When we push higher, we push past previous highs. So now we only have two scenarios that can happen. Either we are pushing past an high, or we are coming down and filling an imbalance. So every day that you trade in the market, there's one of two scenarios that can happen. Either you just push past an high and you have to go trade down to an imbalance, or you're currently in an imbalance and you have to go trade to a high. It's very simple. And I can show you this on every time frame. I can show you this on every time frame. I can show you this on every single time frame. On the 4-hour right here, for example, this isn't the best example, but we have this 4-hour imbalance right here, right? 4-hour imbalance. We just barely, no, not even just barely. We mitigate this 4-hour imbalance. And what does that allow price to do? We trade into this imbalance. So now that we traded into this imbalance, we can push price lower. There's only one of two options every single day. And when you're looking at a trend, an uptrend, this is literally a textbook example of an uptrend. You feel imbalance, you push past highs. You feel an imbalance, you push past highs. You feel an imbalance, you push past highs. All right, cool. And for a bearish example, it's the complete opposite. We know that. So that means every day we only have one of two options. That's literally just the basic framework. So that's how you get your bias. Every day you have one of two options. So you have to figure out on the higher time frame, are we respecting bullish PD arrays and disrespecting bearish PD arrays? Or are we respecting bearish PD arrays and disrespecting bullish PD arrays? Once you figure that out, you'll figure out the trend. Once you figure out the trend, you'll figure out what part of the trend that we're in. Are we in an imbalance and about to go trade to a high? Or did we just take a high and have to go trade to an imbalance? Cool. And if there's lack of fair value gaps presented, lack of imbalances presented, that's a little bit of what some people may call bad price action. I wouldn't call it bad price action, but maybe a little bit less efficient if you have the data to back it. So right here, On the 2-hour time frame, I would be pretty bullish. We have the 2-hour imbalance that we're currently about to inverse. We have bullish structure. ES came down, filled this new week opening gap. NQ came down, filled this new week opening gap. And now we're pushing price higher. Overall, higher time frame, I would still be bullish. I'll be very bullish, and I would want us to trade up to these highs, which is also all-time highs. So I would be very bullish on price today. The only way that I trade to the opposite side of my bias is if it's a really strong draw on liquidity or it just makes common sense. A lot of the times, it wouldn't just make common sense, because if it just made common sense, then that would be my bias. But the only way I would trade towards opposite side liquidity is if we're clearly not like, let's say for right now how I'm bullish. If we're clearly not trading higher, if we're clearly failing to displace higher, and then we start displacing lower towards like London lows, why would I not take that trade? So the model is clear, it's very discretional, but it's just based off displacement and liquidity. And a lot of people say you shouldn't trade the first like 10 minutes of market open because it's so volatile. That works out in your favor if you can just not be a retard. Can I say that? I can't say that. Okay, let me drop some more sauce for you guys. Market open 9:30. It has two options. Once again, just how you had two options before, you have two options now. Market open 9:30. It either expands towards the draw or it manipulates. If both assets, meaning NQ and ES, are both not in a place of distribution, and we have not filled everything that we need to then displace higher. We haven't already filled an imbalance, and we haven't already, swept some form of liquidity, manipulated to the opposite direction from market open to then expand towards the draw. Most of the time, market open is going to have some form of manipulation before it expands towards the draw. So you have one of two options. So even if you're bullish on the day, you should expect price to open up bearish for the best entry possible. So I'm bullish. I want to see these Asia highs, these New York highs get hit. Where are these New York highs on ES? Oh, they're just SMT with the Asia highs. That's fine. We're clearly respecting bullish PD arrays. We're holding this hourly gap on ES. We're holding this hourly gap on NQ. We're also holding this hourly gap on ES and NQ. And we are pushing price higher. So this is how you just align. You're just watching me sit here and align all of the time frames right now. I align the 4-hour with the 2-hour. I align the 2-hour with the 1-hour. I align the 1-hour with the 15-minute, 15 with the 5. So, this is technically swept. I'd kind of call this relative equal highs, but technically these London highs are SMT'd. Not every setup is going to be 100% perfect. Do I think this SMT London high is going to send price completely lower? Not at all. I'm not going to switch my bias completely based on that. We have this 15-minute gap right here. I want to see this 15-minute gap hold, because if we want to be bullish, that means we expect for bullish PD arrays to hold. We're currently holding bullish 1-hour PD arrays. So what do I also expect? I expect us to hold this bullish 15-minute PD array, and I would expect for us to inverse this 2-hour gap. So once we inverse this 2-hour gap, this is the only gap presented with. Oh my goodness! Let me take a sip. I'm giving y'all sauce right now. This is the only gap presented within the leg. So once we inverse this gap, we should basically be free game to go and take out these highs if we want to be bullish. So let's just see what market open does here. Not a very volatile 15-minute. So in my opinion, the drawn liquidity is very, very, very obvious, but there's just not much volume. What time is it? This was market open, right? 8:50, 10:15. Yeah. So this was market open. We're just chopping. Is it like a bank holiday or something? Don't tell me I just did all of that analysis for nothing. Come on, give me a good setup. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but this is absolutely atrocious. So we're just gonna go to the next day. I just did all that analysis for nothing, but I just gave you guys a lot of sauce. So I hope you guys really appreciated that one. Even if I end up taking no trades, I feel like just that sauce right there is enough to just drop a banger. But we'll see if I can even catch any trades. We'll see how the session goes. We're kind of another thing I've noticed from just getting collecting data on this strategy. Um this strategy tends to work better at the beginning of the month, I feel like the beginning of the month the opens are better. Call me, I don't know. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I like to trade with time. That's another thing. I learned time from a dude named More Trades. A lot of the things that I learned are from More Trades, Patty, and PB Blake. Shout out to them. I just gave you guys some sauce YouTubers to watch as well. Um, but I trade with time. 10 a.m. open. I need to start paying more attention to. But 9:30, yeah, I love it when it's displacing heavy. I love it. I don't like when it just takes my draw off open, but um, yeah. So once again, I would be very bullish towards these highs. I mean, these are the all-time highs. Um, why would I not be bullish towards these highs? And we're clearly in bullish market structure. So I'd be very bullish to these highs. These highs are SMT'd on ES. But I mean, if I want us to be bullish, we're gonna have to go take out these highs. So it is what it is, man. So this is literally all I do for my analysis, bro. Significant swing highs, swing lows, unmitigated gaps, session highs and lows. Like everything that you hear everybody else talk about, bro. Everybody wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't true. You know? Like it's literally plain and simple. Unmitigated hourly as well. Honestly, okay, beautiful. I was hoping we had something to mitigate into before pushing higher, and we have this 30-minute unfilled. So I want to see us push into this 30-minute unfilled to then head higher towards that hourly unfilled. That would be ideal, right? I don't use the 10-minute, but we are filling this 15-minute and moving higher off this 15-minute. So let's see what we get. Okay, so market open expanded towards the draw. Once again, market open can only do two things: manipulate or expand. So now market open expanded towards the draw, but it's failing to displace higher. So you could either do one of two things here. You can take a trade towards all of this LR and these London lows if the setup looks really nice, or you could wait for bullish structure to form again and take a long. And ES is about to invert that 1 minute gap. That actually looks really nice. But I don't want to long this yet. I want to be sure that we're going to displace through this high. Okay. Yes, looks really nice. I'm going to long this. And what is this target above? This is an hourly unfilled, correct? No. What is that? Are these SMT? They are, bro. Okay, I don't want to trade towards an SMT high on a YouTube video, bro. That's kind of shit. Um, but I mean, like this setup kinda is textbook is freak. And wait, is that the all-time high on NQ? If that's the all-time high, I'm taking it, bro. I don't care if it's SMT. Yeah, that's the all-time high. I'm taking it. Oh yeah, I'm taking it. 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 What? If this fails, bro, and ES is also ES is hella bullish, bro. ES is hella bullish. And we have an SMT with these lows as well. SMT is also a very good confluence to use. You have an SMT with those lows as well. Yeah, bro. Like, if you don't take this, like, you're a burger, bro. So yeah, this would be the trade here. Let's just see how this plays. Oh, no way. Okay, so we lost. Happens. I'm back in there, bro. Like, do you see what I'm talking about though? It's like a lot of the times when I lose, I get a re-entry because better structure just forms and my idea is still valid. Yes, formed a better structure, formed this very clear internal high. Well, they both formed this very clear internal high for me to go break even at. We got still a good entry on price, and we're clearly invalidating these 1 minute caps back in there. That's why even a lot of the days where I lose, I still come out with a winning day. Now I could just be talking, and this could reverse, but historical data proves that all-time highs is a very strong draw. A lot of the times when I take all-time high trades, I get cooked, but nonetheless, I have to say fuck how I feel and go with the historical data. So and I'll be break even there, bro. Are you serious, bro? Nah, there's no way we edged all time high. On bro, I will unbreak even. Yeah, there's no way we edged the all time high. Is there something for us to mitigate into? Bro, like there's no way. Is that an untapped 5? No. There's no gaps, bro. Nah, I'm holding. Bro, are you dead ass? We edged the all time high. I'm tight, bro. Okay. But okay. You know what? Alright. On to the next day. But you guys basically get a base laydown of the strategy. Um that right there was some bullshit. So yeah. So we're clearly displacing to fill this new opening gap, and it's currently filled. So in my opinion, I think our objective is done. Um, I don't see where else we would displace to the downside. That's like this daily low, but that's a very far target on the lower time frames. Yeah, genuinely don't know what the objective is here. I mean, we have this unfilled 2 hour higher, but I mean, honestly, that's all I'm seeing, and it's SMT because it's filled on ES. I'm not really seeing much here. Not really seeing much at all. But we'll see if market open gives us something pretty. Ooh, these longs are low key setting up kind of nice. I low key want to long this bitch right now. I'm longing this bitch right now. I'm not gonna lie. That trend line, look at the trend line liquidity, bro. All the way up to London highs. That shit looks so free. It generally looks so free. And literally, if you guys can't tell yet, I just literally bias down and then use the market open. I wait to see if it either manipulates or expands, and I use my common sense on where the drawn liquidity for the day is, and I just try to catch the best entry possible towards that drawn liquidity. if you guys can't tell yet. That is the basis of my strategy. So we have this unfilled 2 hour. We have these London highs. We swept everything possible to the downside, bro. Like the only, like, not even the only. There is nothing else for us to fill to the downside. So I would be enticed to long, especially with this really nice trend line liquidity on ES. I mean, it's actually not really that nice. But I would want to see this get ran though. And it's like if I'm right about longs, bro, we should long from here. This should deliver us because we manipulated to the downside already. There it is. Beautiful. Big break even there. TP smash. So another thing about this is I don't trade 1-to-ones. So I mean, I trade like well, honestly, a lot of my trades, some of my trades are 1-to-one. I trade literally anywhere from a 1-to-one to 2-to-one, sometimes a 3-to-one. If I add into my positions, then it gets, a little freaky. I end up, 5-to-one, 6-to-one. But without adding my basis one anywhere from a 1-to-one to a 2-to-one, but my winners are more than my losers. So just how the first day I lost, that winner just completely wiped out my loss. So my account balance is exactly back to what it was before that. Now, there are higher RRs that you could trade to where it would be higher, your account balance would be higher, but you take what you get. And you see, I could have held this for more profit and it could have went higher. That's just what happens when you're drawing liquidities right for the day and the volume is good. I don't want to make the video too long. I know it's probably already very long, probably like 30 minutes because I've just been brain dumping. I'm gonna see if I can take like two more setups for you guys. So we're 1-1 right now in the session, or are we two? No, we're 1-1. No, we're 1-1. One loss, one break even, 1-1. And you guys see, once again, this strategy is very high frequency. Every month I was taking about 30 trades, so the thing is, I'm still refining the strategy. So once I'm able to refine the strategy enough to even from taking 30 trades to even cutting it, let's say not even cutting it in half, but even maybe less than 10 less, because I'm not taking that many losses per month. I'd be cutting winners out of that, honestly. But even taking 10 less trades, you know, that would significantly increase it. So I'm still tweaking this to be able to filter out some losses. So coming into this, I would be very bearish. We're expecting this 2 hour. So what do we do? Every day we have two options. Either we have to go. So in this scenario, because we're bearish, we either have to go trade down to a low, or we have to come up and fill an imbalance. We're currently holding this imbalance right here, and we have these lows for us to go displace to. Right, right. So what would my bias be? I would be bearish to these lows. We have Asia lows. We have these higher time frame lows. I'll be bearish to these lows. But if market shows me otherwise, then I can flip my bias to these Asia highs, these London highs. Why? Because I don't get married to a bias. I find liquidity, I find volume, and I catch a safe entry towards it using common sense. So these Asia highs are S&P'd as well. But I mean, like, S&Ps like this, I don't really pay attention to. But we have these London highs. These hourly highs, where are these? Okay, these aren't SMT. New York highs aren't SMT either. Okay, and let me check for previous. Okay, previous day action. All right, holy yo, top gas 15 minutes, son. This shit is top. Okay, so some sauce for you guys. I learned this from Mr. Moore. Shout out Darius, more trades. Um, how to tell when you're in a range or when conditions are going to be bad. If you sweep out both sides of a range and it just leads to nothing, or if you're failing to sweep out either side of a range, that should tell you that price action is just going to lead to nothing. As you see here, we come here, we sweep out this low, we come up here, we fail to sweep out this high, so that should mean shorts, but it leads to nothing. Then we fail to sweep out this high, but then we sweep out this low. But then we fail to sweep out this high, then we sweep out this low. Then we sweep out this low, then we sweep out this high. But then this doesn't lead to longs. The longs here failed. So if we sweep out this low and then we sweep out this high and this move doesn't deliver the longs, price action really won't be that good because the longs failed. And now we're coming back down and we're sweeping out this low. So now we have like these lows as well as some low resistance I guess we can play off of because these are technically liquidity now. And I'd just be very bearish to these. ES is reacting off this 15-minute. ES didn't tap that 15-minute. So, NQ didn't tap that 15-minute. So, NQ would be the more bearish asset. And we are dumping. Why are we dumping? Because market open only does two things. It manipulates or it expands. Market open is in a place of distribution right now. Why is it in a place of distribution right now? Because we have this gap, this 15-minute gap, and this 15-minute gap is already mitigated. ES mitigated this gap, which means NQ doesn't have to mitigate this gap, which basically means we have an SMT at this gap. Once ES mitigates this gap, NQ doesn't have to mitigate this gap. So we are now in a position to go lower. We have liquidity lower. We have these Asia lows. We have these London lows. This is swept. And some people ask maybe it's relatively cool. I don't know. Whatever. But we are in a spot of distribution. So that is why market open distributed instead of manipulated. Now, the reason why I don't trade the market open candle is because even though we could be in the perfect spot of distribution, if market open wants to manipulate, it could. Holy fuck. Okay. So there's that. So now, what do we think? This could be a manipulation like this about these highs, or this could be a move to maybe start longs. But I'm not too keen on longs because these aren't like unmitigated gaps or nothing like that. We're respecting this 4-hour gap, and we're holding bearish structure currently, even though we are wicking. We are wicking on the higher time frame. So longs can play out due to us wicking like this. But we'll just have to see. And honestly, on a day like this, I'll be much more patient. And I would be willing to maybe even either wait for these highs to be swept and then maybe catch some shorts, or just be completely hands off for the entire day anyways. So ES swept these highs. So now we have an SMT at these highs. So now I will be very heavy on shorts. And ES just inverse that 1 minute as well. So now shorts look really good to me. We're failing to displace. I'm going to take this short. SMT at the highs. We're failing to displace higher. I feel like this short's a no-brainer. NQ is basically about to, I feel like this short's a no-brainer. I hope I wasn't talking too light. I'm going to be break even here. I just want to see us flush. Exactly. So that's 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 break even. I probably could have held longer. Uh, Basically to this draw. But yeah. So it's literally just common sense. I know I dropped a video a few like I was gonna say a few months ago, maybe like 2 months ago or a month ago, talking about the common sense model. I mean, I guess I can call this the Bain model because it's really just my brain. But once again, it's literally just very simple. Higher time frame. Are we trading from an imbalance and about to go take out a high if we're bullish, or did we just take out a high and have to go trade to an imbalance? One of two options. Market open has one of two options. To expand or manipulate. You can figure out if market open is in a position to expand or not. But nevertheless, I would recommend that you don't trade the market open candle, the 930 candle anyway. So yeah, you get one of two options right before 930. You get one or two options at 930. After that, you're left with the final option of just trying to catch a good entry. So in total, you have 5 options. You just gotta be right on more than less. So here we're playing the data candle. Um, I'm just gonna. This is clearly like this has to be like a CPI candle. Data high and lower unswept. So I'm just gonna play this data candle. Now if both of them get swept, I'll look at the higher time frame. But honestly, I probably just wouldn't even take a trade to be real. But I will take a peek at the higher time frame just to see if we're trading bullish or bearish. We're still holding this 4-hour gap. We're holding this 4-hour gap, but price is trading bullish because we are holding this bullish 4-hour gap on NQ. Always mix it up, and we're holding this bullish hourly and 2-hour, all of that. And we're inverting these hourly, so I would be bullish on price, but we're closer to the lows, so I expect market open to more than likely come down, sweep out data low, maybe even manipulate these London lows, and then trade towards the data highs. That is what I expect to happen, and we are going to see what actually happens. So let's get straight to it. Pretty nice reaction from ES here. What's the highest time frame? I also look for the highest time frame gap. So we have a 2-minute gap. ES seems to be about to inverse it. Never mind. ES held that 2-minute gap. Okay, so here I'm aware that price is now trading lower. So I will be looking for where can I catch a trade to the downside, these Asia lows. But since I'm now fading my original higher time frame narrative, I have to be 100% for sure certain that we are trading to these Asia lows. And my phone is ringing. So currently, looking at this hourly chart, I would be almost for certain that we're going to these Asia lows. But if it's anything that I learned from trading, the time frame can flip how it looks in a second. This candle can completely flip how it looks in a second. This entire thing can be a wick, and we can be trading up to these highs in a second. So I have to be 1,000% for certain that we want to trade to these Asia lows since I am fading my original bias of bullish. We're currently holding this 1-minute gap. Let's see, what is the highest time frame? We're holding a 2-minute, or we're holding a 3-minute? We're holding a 3-minute. I think the 3-minute is going to be the highest time frame here. So the 3-minute we're holding, and we're trading lower. So we can see if we can catch a continuation short to these lows. Honestly, I don't think so, because if we were going to, the entry would have been like right here. If we were going to catch a continuation short to these lows, this would have been the entry. So the entry is missed. So honestly, now I just have to hope that we trade bullish. See, so that was the entry. And we are just falling off the face of the earth. So I probably just will have no parts. Holy shit. Yeah, I just won't have no parts in this. So I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more days and then that'll be it for me. So let's get right. So I would still be bearish. I mean, we're holding this bearish 4 hour. We're actually holding a bearish daily, but we swept out all objectives to the downside. So this is where like um bias starts to get a little bit tricky. And like I said, I like this. I feel like this strategy works better in the beginning of the months because I feel like the open is more clean. So with us being at the end of the month, as you see, got down here Friday, June 26th, and we are currently holding a holding a bearish daily, but flipped out all objectives to the downside is kind of confusing. But we are also holding this bearish 4 hour. I mean, we have this bearish unfilled 4 hour right here. It's also a bearish unfilled 4 hour on ES, so that's a good sign. We could trade into this. That's really all I'm seeing, though. Also, these Asia lows, but that's really all I'm seeing. And that's all I would honestly be willing to take a trade to. I honestly, yeah, and we're holding this 1 hour. This looks like a 2 hour. Highest time frame. We're holding a 2 hour. Yeah, so I honestly just wouldn't really want a long. These highs should be protected if we want to be in a downtrend. If we want to continue the downtrend that we're in, these highs should be protected. So let's see what this 15-minute does. ES hasn't traded into this 15-minute yet. NQ is actually about to inverse it, so we'll just see how ES reacts to this 15-minute. Okay, beautiful. ES is rejecting off this 15-minute. NQ just put in a very nice downwards closing candle. Honestly, I low-key want to short this bitch right now. We manipulated these highs as well. I don't like how NQ has some trendline liquidity. I kind of want that to get swept, but ES did just sweep these highs and had a crazy reaction to the downside. I feel like if I'm right about this, the next candle's gonna rip, so I don't want to miss the trade. But if I'm wrong about this, I'm gonna get stopped out instantly because I'm gonna put my stop loss above these highs. So let's see. Beautiful. Oh, come the fuck on. Are we serious, bro? Edge of hell. I low key. Okay, wait. Can y'all give me a free pass? Because low key, I should have been break even. I low key should have been break even. So can I get a pass on that? Can I get a pass, chat? All right, thanks. Thanks. I'm just gonna assume that y'all gave me a pass. I should have been break even on this. Even if this doesn't hit stop loss and I hit TP, I should have been break even. So. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be sick because this is gonna run to TP. Oh, never mind. I would have got stopped out. But yeah, I should have been break even on that. I don't like how we edged that draw because I think this should have been the leg to deliver us lower. But we do have these equal highs on the 5 minute, or nah, it's swept by a little bit. But we do have these highs on the 5 minute that we could sweep and then send price lower. And still technically we would be following bearish structure, higher time frame. I just don't like how we're kind of like V-shaping to the upside. So we're not getting sensitive at that high. We're displacing through it. So yeah, I'd want no parts in this. Um, I'm gonna do one more day for you guys, and then I'm gonna just show the stats. So far I'm 2 wins, I think. 2 wins, 2 break evens, and 1 loss. Am I right? Or am I 1 break even, 2 wins? I mean freak. Oh my gosh. Am I 2 wins, 2 break evens, 1 loss, or am I 2 break evens, 1 win, 1 loss? I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out when I watch this back. But nonetheless, this is gonna be my last day, so hopefully I can catch a banger, bro. I'd really hope I can catch a banger. But like this 4 hour is atrocious, bro. We have no gaps to go fill. We have nothing to seek. Like the only thing we have to seek out are these highs, which are SMT'd and holding a bearish gap, bro. Like this is ass. End of the month ass, bro. I'd low key probably kind of be just because of how open it's forming. Maybe want to see these London lows get hit, but overall we are in bullish structure, so I'm not gonna be too quick to fade that. But like ass, bro. We also have these London highs here. Maybe we manipulate the London lows to go to the London highs. Wouldn't be too surprised if that's how this plays, to be honest. Manipulated the lows, SMT at the lows. We're about to catch a fucking banger, y'all boys. The only thing I don't like about this is you can only compare NQ and ES. So even when ES is the more bullish asset and you want to take the trade on ES, you can't. But that, and you can't look at the news data. But it's obvious when you have 8:30 news, you know. But you just wouldn't know if you have 10 a.m. news. That's the only 2 complaints I have about this website. But they do have a Discord where you can put any bugs or complaints in there. Goated. I love like these highs, and overall we're bullish. I mean, this is the higher time from objective to seek out highs. We manipulated to the downside because we swept London lows and we S&P'd them at that. We're actually holding a bullish 30-minute. This might be like, yeah, this is the only presented besides like this for value gap, but I mean, we held this, we inverse this, we're just holding bullish structure. There's nowhere else for us to manipulate to the downside. So I'm going to take these longs here. And I have a pretty obvious break-even point at these highs. This will be my break-even, London highs, TP. So let's hope I could catch this banger, bro. For the one time, bro. Okay, so I should be break-even here. Come on, please run. Beautiful. No, bro, don't do this, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay. If we're being truthful, okay, wait, let me see what the profit on it is. Because if we're being truthful, and if there's no fair value gaps presented for us to respect, I would close here. 9:30 and my TP is 1200. And is there a 2-minute? No. There's no fair value gaps presented. So there's nothing for us to respect and go higher. I would close here. I'm just being truthful. Hey, can y'all hurt me for being truthful? There's no fair value gaps for us to respect and then go higher, because how do we move? We come up, take out liquidity, we respect imbalances, and then we continue higher. There's no imbalances for us to respect to then continue higher. So, and then we're edging my TP. So here I would close. Can y'all hate a nigga for being truthful? So that's the end of the session. I think that's 3 wins, 2 break evens, 1 loss, or that might be two wins, 2 break evens, 1 loss. We'll see when I watch this back. Dropped hella sauce for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. So that's really just a breakdown on my new strategy. Let's pull up the journal. So I don't know what the win rate was when I told you guys. I think it was 79. So I think it dropped because I suck. But yeah. I think I started here. Yeah, I started here. So we had we had 3 winning days, a break even day, and a red day. So 3, 1, and 1. Um, yeah. Hope you guys have a blessed one. Um, I'm saying too much. Holy shit. Hope you guys have a blessed one. You guys stay safe. God bless. And the Lord loves y'all, man.